So the title today is Live Your Truth. And the title could have been, I believe that. Because see, the only way you know what's true for you is by your experience. So, as we look at our experience, sometimes we're tempted to say, what was I thinking? Because we've created all of this by what's true for us. There's a statement that I like. It doesn't get you anywhere. I don't know if it's true or not. It says, what's true is true. But if that's true, the corollary of that is, what's true for you is true for you. See, sometimes our truth is so real to us that we just assume that it's just as true for everybody else. You know, it's the old, well, doesn't everybody know that? Doesn't everybody do that? We take it for granted. And some of our age-old truths, the earth is flat. Or, you know, the corollary to that is that the sun revolves around the earth. I mean, that the earth revolves around... No! Hello, I'm confused! Well, it's been said both ways.
Most of the time you're right on, Robert.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes I revolve and sometimes I devolve. Yes, okay. Now, spiritually, you know, we know the truth. There's only one God. And of course, there's the other truth, which is there's no God. And then the other truth, which is we are God. And we all know that the world is real. Except when we know it's an illusion. Now the Bhagavad Gita said something very interesting, and it said it in the context of reincarnation. But I want you to listen to this because, you know, we are reborn, if we want to, every single day. But what it says in the Bhagavad Gita is our future is determined by the thought that is uppermost at the moment of death. Our future, meaning our future lives and so on, is determined by the thought that is uppermost at the moment of death. Here's a scary thought. If you died right now, what would your next life be?
Pretty darn good.
Die on a Sunday in the community of good people. Guarantee you have a good life.
I do it here.
So we use affirmations a lot around here. And the power of affirmations is really to uncover and then erase all the opposition in our mind to that which we are affirming. So understand that it's not to fill our mind with positive thoughts. It's actually to say them and bring up all of the negative thoughts so that we can let them go and erase them. Here's what we don't recognize, is that we are constantly, although not consciously, affirming. And most of what we are affirming is stuff we really don't want. How many of you said, I'm stupid?
About yourself or somebody else?
Yeah, yes and yes, okay? About yourself and about somebody else. That makes it true. I'm always losing my keys. It makes it true. When you examine your self-talk carefully, you will understand that all of those affirmations are actually playing out in your life right now. That's why we have the life we have. Now, our truth, all of my personal truth, all of your personal truth, serve. They serve us on our own journey. Now, they're not true, but they're useful. The more we learn, the more our truth changes. You ever notice that? See, we now know the earth is round. The tricky part, yeah, for now, that's exactly right. We went flattened by an asteroid somewhere. The tricky part is that knowledge can only take us so far. So, there's a really wise holy man, Ramakrishna, in the mid-1800s. And he has what he calls the parable of thorn, what I call the parable of the thorn. Okay? So let me read this to you. It's really short. Suppose your foot is pierced with a thorn. Then you require a second thorn to take it out. When the first thorn is taken out, you throw both thorns away. So in order to get rid of the thorn of ignorance, you must bring the thorn of knowledge. Then you must throw away both ignorance and knowledge to attain the complete realization of God, the Absolute. For the Absolute is above and beyond knowledge as well as ignorance. So if you want to know what's true for you, what I'm going to tell you is how you live will tell you more about your truth than what you say. Now, Charles Fillmore knew this. That's why we don't just have 4 unity principles, we have 5. Because the 5th unity principle is live it. Through our thoughts, words, and deeds, we live the truth we know. Now, this is not actually meant to be a commandment to find the truth and live the truth. It's actually more of an invitation to learn by observing what we live, what it is we believe in, what's true for us at this moment in time. And if we like it, have more of it. And if we don't, choose again. Now, if we're going to hang out in this world and play around and discover who we really are and all that kind of stuff, how much more fun is it to do it in the company of like-minded people in a beautiful place with lots of fun and laughter all going on along the way? See, in a worldly sense, appreciation actually grows our experience, which means that whatever experience that we're having, if we can appreciate it, that experience becomes more obvious. It becomes much more clearer, much more bright in our life. So, in its own way, appreciation is actually the key to enlightenment. See, it's not about knowing the truth. It's about appreciating so that you can see and grow in your own truth. So this is our annual Appreciation Sunday. I could also call this our Enlightenment Sunday. Because we're going to spend a little time right now, and Betty, I'm going to invite you up, doing some appreciation.
Hello. I thought of the song, "You Are My Family." You're a part of me. You see what we can be when we're in love. So I want you to remember that we, love and appreciate you, and we know that you love and appreciate us too.
Yeah.
Cool, huh? How it works? We also, together, we've co-created this space, this group of people who are here. We came together to be celebrating in this room as we are. I looked at our calendar, and this begins our 9th year, Robert and I. Our 9th year of being here. Yeah. And things happen and change. You know, the environment has changed since we began, because we started a little back room somewhere with 12 people. The name actually changed a couple of times. Definitely the people have changed, because you all know when you come here, but it wasn't 9 years ago. There are a few people here who were here 9 years ago. And when there are changes, we need to take responsibility for our creating the changes, like Robert was talking about. You have lived and created, even if you just came today for the first time, what you see here, with your thought, with your choice, with your consciousness. And sometimes I think we forget to appreciate ourselves. So what I want you to begin to do, you know, some of you got the bulletins and that little pink heart, is while Robert's going to do some sharing here in a minute, just to look at the facts of what is, what I want you to do as you listen to him and beyond, because we're going to have more sharing, I want you to begin to appreciate what you have contributed, created, what you have learned, what you have gained, and how you have experienced what you have valued here. Because you created that. You created this. You created this very moment as it is. That's powerful. That's love. And all of us need to place the future, what we call the future, which is the next moment, in the hands of God. So where is God?
Right here.
Right here, right here. So place the future of this space and of your being and your spiritual learning in the hands of God, right here, in you, in me, in all of us. And that's what I want you to attend to as we listen to some of the, I'll call it laying the facts on the table, as my parents used to call it. Because while this is Appreciation Sunday, this is also annually the Membership Sunday or the annual meeting. And we're incorporating all of it because we want all of us to begin to be aware this is a family where everyone counts. This is a family where everyone is making a difference here. This is a family where we all need to know what is. Because you know, things change. Robert and I are not always going to be here. We're not always going to be in this space. But you're the ones that actually actively create what is to be tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So I'm going to ask you to share the part that you want to share.
This is the official stuff, guys. See, at the annual meeting, you need to know what our budget for the year is, and you need to know who our board of trustees or board of directors or spiritual advisory team, whatever you're going to call it. You need to know who they are. By the way, they're on the back of your bulletin, so bless them.
I don't have, you want them to stand up now? Would people who are on the working board or the spiritual advisory team or in a position of leadership, please stand up. Come on.
Come on, guys.
I'm not going to ask you to say a word.
So I want you all to really send love and appreciation to these people. Because these people have used, they stood up to use the possibility of being on our board.
Some people are giving them energy. By the way, give them thought and prayer. Give them energy, however you do that, from your heart, from your hands, from all of your being. And acknowledge, because you too, now you can sit down, those of you. Now I want the rest of you, if you're willing, I want the rest of you to stand up too. Because what I want to acknowledge is that you also, the rest of
everybody,
yeah. I want you to acknowledge that you also are contributing to the goodness of this space, everything you're receiving right here today in this place.
Yes.
Now let's give ourselves a Okay.
Thank you. Now you sit down. That's good. So thank you for this creation. The other business part of the meeting is our budget for the year. And we have, you've got it in your hand. You don't have to look at it. You can look at it some other time and tell me if you have any questions. We had an interesting 2014. So just the summary is 2014, we ended up actually $5,000 in the hole. And that didn't work out so well. We made a lot of year-end course corrections, but that's where we ended up. So the last 3 months, I look back, and the last 3 months of 2014 had some interesting statistics. Our attendance at Sunday service was down 16% from the average of the 9 months before that. Our Sunday contributions were down 27% from the average of the 9 months before that. So we took some immediate steps to balance our budget, because one of the things that's most important is that we always live within our means. See, I don't care what those means are, and I really don't care as much about the circumstances. What I want is to not be distracted by the worldly stuff. And I want to know that we are supporting the experience that we want to have. So, the actions we took immediately, we stopped all of our tithing, all of our outside giving. Temporary, by the way, but we needed to do that. We took a 20% reduction in the minister's salary. Temporary, but we needed to do that. We cut our postage, our printing, we cut our PG&E, and any unnecessary or postponable business expenses, we cut those down. And probably one of the most powerful pieces is that we decided at the last board meeting that 4 o'clock every day is a prosperity prayer. And I actually set my phone with a little alarm. Thank you, Barbara, for reminding me that we could do those things. You know, so I have this little chime that goes off 4 o'clock every day. And that just reminds me, a prosperity thought for the church, for myself, for my family, for our world. So any of you who want to join in that, when 4 o'clock rolls around, and because time is an illusion, if you remember a little before, a little after, just do it anytime. Just set a good prosperity thought that benefits all of us. Now, as an update, we're not done with January, but it looks like January, thanks to all the things we've done, that for this month, we're on track to just about break even, which is a good thing. And so we've done a couple other things to keep us on track, and so we also created a 90-day program for the board. And if you'll share something about that, because I'm going to invite all of you to consider joining in that 90-day program.
Sounds good, huh? By the way, I want to acknowledge that prosperity is everything. It's not just money.
Yeah, thank you.
It's everything. It's the joy and peace inside you. It's what you give to your neighbors. It's how you interact with your kids or your parents. It's literally how you live your life and feel fulfilled, meaning fully. Fully, too. So very much it's going to be important for all of us to begin to live our lives, because remember, what you have within here, how you're treating yourself, prosperity-wise, inside, is literally how you are now seeing your world. So the more full you are of your own fullness, your own prosperity, the more you see it everywhere. And the world, by the way, is a reflection of ourselves. No matter what anybody tells you, it's a reflection of revealing yourself, like the song we sang. So we're now looking at a 90-day prosperity program. We started out December 4th and we end on March 8th. So we're about a month and a half, almost 2 months in. So you can join us in this. One of the things we as board members chose to do is, and leaders, by the way, is to contribute and participate weekly. And what does that look like? I want to acknowledge a little bit about it. It means that even if you just clean up the bathroom when you're in there, or you manage to put a chair back where it belongs, or you in some way smile at the folks who are coming into church with you, and you're noticing them, or you put a love note in the basket instead of money, each of those things, yes, money is absolutely essential, he was talking about. Every time you appreciate anyone, every time you give a hug to anyone, every time you smile at anyone here, you are contributing and appreciating. So there's a value to us being here. So I want you to acknowledge, sometimes the world misses its own value. You may miss your own because you're not giving what you think the world values. Well, we're different here because we value you and all you give. You are the gift. You are the gift. So contribute, participate weekly. Hold positions of leadership. By the way, we need leaders. We need positions of leadership and we need helpers. So there's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board in there, or if you want to talk to someone, ask me what you can do. But all the positions of leadership need to be filled and supported. The other thing, and by the way, this is true about your own family of origin. Sometimes we forget that. The other thing we need is we need to know, and the leaders have said that they will step up in case someone can't be here or there's a shift, you know how the guard changes, so to speak. Listing the functions and the roles and responsibilities they play. That's important. There's also a valuing of the key leaders speaking about what they value, speaking to each other, coming up here and speaking about what you value, what you're grateful for, how this service relates. So I'm just going to ask right now, I know I'm putting people on the spot, maybe, but see if there's anything you're moved to say about what you're grateful for, right now. Anybody, anything you're grateful for. You don't have to stand up, you can just say it from where you are. Anything, yes?
When I was driving over here this morning, I was just thinking to myself how grateful I am for the fact that you kind folks have groomed all of us to put our lives on purpose, where before they may have seemed a little adrift and kind of lost. And I'm extremely grateful for this.
Thank you.
And I really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
My
Yes.
job. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there are two people, so Nancy and then you.
I'm always grateful for the sermons and for the class before church. It sets my mode for the week.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm thankful for my family and my job.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
I am so thankful to all of you that it is beyond words for me. And I was searching for a long time to find a community of people that I could share with and share the things that are most dear to my heart. And one of the things is principles, which we spoke about. I just love that topic, and I love sharing with all of you, and at some time here I will get up and give a full expose, but I'm working on it.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. Yes.
I'm thankful and grateful for my church family, all of it. Yeah.
Thank you, Evelyn.
And especially you.
Thank you, Evelyn.
I'm grateful that I have a place to go where I'm not judged. I feel loved and appreciated, and gives me the opportunity to grow, express myself.
Thank you, and Gloria.
I am thankful for the unconditional love and acceptance that I feel from every soul in this that's here today and ever comes. And it is probably one of the most comfortable things, as I could say, my home when I was a child, and I knew I was loved no matter what. So thank you all for expressing and giving to us. Thank you. I got goosebumps.
Good. Good. Yeah, it's true. Profound. It's profound love. Yes, Leslie. Did you want to say something?
I deeply appreciate and am thankful for the spiritual dynamic. I value that because I like to experience the spiritual stirring of my soul every week. Keeps me going.
Going and growing. Yeah. You know, we're all ministers. Yes.
I'm thankful for Audrey. Actually, she's the one that brought me here, and we have a new community of friends.
Thank you.
I'm
Yes.
thankful for the loving reminder that both of you are, that every week that you display to us.
Kelly stole mine, but I said Kelly stole mine, but that's okay. Thank you both for always showing up and being the example that you are. I'm really appreciative and grateful. I'm also grateful for this loving, positive space and energy of this group.
I'm grateful for the ongoing learning.
Thank you. So, yes.
I'm thankful for the unconditional love.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for a lot of things. Earlier when you were asking for the board to be supportive of them, I wanted to say wisdom, because wisdom is coming to us, wisdom and grace, and I see this exemplified all the time. And I love the loving reminders, and then sometimes I'm fine-tuning, and even the hymns and the songs and singing. But there's this wonderful sense of community coming together, and it is free of prejudice and criticisms. And like when I can't find my glasses and I come in late, I just get a warm greeting, Vivian, you're here. So it's little things like that that really add up to having that ongoing feeling of prosperity living my life. One more thing, I'm grateful for family. This to me is really family, soul family. Every way you can describe family, this feels to one as warm and cozy, kind and sweet. Oh, yeah, love it, supportive.
I certainly echo all the sentiments of love and caring that people have expressed that they receive here. I remember and I forget. I love coming here, and it's the strongest reminder to me of love in the world, like all the love here and from you both.
Jane, did you raise your hand? Peggy.
So as you say, I'm so grateful for my church family and love and acceptance, and that I have a place to come. I'm grateful I got here this morning and that I had seat for the early church gathering. And I'm so grateful and always will be for love and acceptance of both of you.
And, you know, I'm really grateful that every little iota of who I am and who you are and who we are belongs. Like every person and every aspect of who we are belongs. And coming in here and being in this family is a reminder that I belong, all of me, and that I accept and allow everyone the opportunity to participate in an experience of belonging. That's really powerful.
My prayer is that every expression of gratitude you receive yourself. You created this. Each of us created this for ourselves. In order to prosper, you must receive it all. Receive it all. It's all for you. It's not for something or someone out there. You are creating this for you. This experience belongs to you. And you belong to this experience. So when we say, let's place our future in the hands of God, we're saying, let's place our future in the hands of us, the one, the all. This is our sacred place. This is our family. This is our choice, our conscious choice. And it's working just the way we have chosen it to work. And we need to own and honor that. So when you write your little note on that pink heart, what I would like you to do is I would like you to receive what you write. And I'd like you to, will somebody pass the pens for me? I've got 2 pen passers. And I'd like you to actually write down something. And I don't know if you have anything hard to write down, but just try to write down something. Yep. Write down something on that heart. And as we pass the basket today, I would like you to put it in the basket. But what I want you to remember is that it is your gift to you to remind you that you are the giver and the gift. That you are the giver and the gift. And when you receive it, I want you to be prospered in your reception. I want you to be blessed and uplifted and recognize that you have given it. Now I'm going to tell you a little story while people are doing this. Just a little side story. So Robert and I came here when there were 12 people, and it was our gift because we knew that this was a space that wanted to be renewed and continued. You can write and not listen to me if you want to, but it's a little side story. And what I'll tell you, as Evelyn knows, and a few of the rest of you know from those times over in Antioch, that what we did was there were 4 of us ministering 1 week at a time, and we had a beautiful leadership team that kept that space going in spite of only having about 12 people come. And what we've done, as we have gradually been given to by you, by Unity, is we have continued to give in a more and more expanded way. So we have our own little apartment in Pleasant Hill, so that we can serve here and serve there, just 1 night a week, where we do many things for this church from that place. And we transport ourselves, not all of you know that, up to Lake County, which is where we actually live. By the way, 7 years ago, we didn't live in Lake County. In Lake County, we actually have 3 centers, 2 counseling and holistic centers, and now we have a brand new family center where many children, ages 5 to 18, come and spend their afternoons after school and study there and do research there and are now planning a community garden. This is only open 3.5 months. And that's where all the rest of our monies go. They pay for our little apartment, they pay for our transportation, and they pay for the family center. So what you have given to us, we have used to give to others. That's what I want you to be aware of. That everything that you receive, that you let yourself receive, make sure that you are recycling it and giving and sharing it with others. Because this world will prosper and be bountiful in every way if all of us are free in our sharing and our contribution. And by the way, another little side story is we just now started, because since there's no newspaper up there, can you imagine that? Now with no transportation, no newspaper, we've started a community guide, which is going to be like of services and programs. And next month, by the end of the month, middle end of the month, we're going to have a community room because there's no place for people to meet and do workshops and have celebrations. So literally, our life is about giving and serving, and I believe that's what you've come here to do, is to give and serve. And it looks like you're getting something. Well, hopefully you're getting a kickstart. Hopefully what you're getting is the opportunity to wake up and find out that you are the giver in this world, and that it is by your giving that you recognize the gift that you are. You've been given the gift of this life, and it is a very beautiful life that created this space, and all of these friends and family sitting here, if you look around, they're all loving you. That's very powerful for you to be aware that you created this for you. You created this for you. And God said, this is good. And so it is.